Hey everyone, Ken here with Ken's Creations and OaktreeStamps.com. Well, when we debuted our 3 new stamp sets, we were really excited about the images. However, we realized that there might be crafters out there that just don't like to use stamps. But we wanted to give them an option to be able to use these amazing images with their favorite cutting machines and software. This led us to the coordinating files. In this video, I want to show you what the coordinating files are, what you get with your purchase, how to download the files, and then of course how you can use them with your favorite software and cutting machines, and we'll take a close look at the Cricut Explore and Silhouette Cameo. First, where do you find these coordinating files? You're going to head over to our website at www.OaktreeStamps.com, and over on the left hand side you're going to see coordinating files. Let's go ahead and click that now. Once you click on the Coordinating Files tab, it's going to bring you to all of our coordinating files that match our current stamp sets. Now, as you can see here, we do have a free file that you're able to download and use in your favorite software and cutting machine to make sure it is compatible. Let's go and take a closer look at one of the coordinating file sets to show you exactly what you get. Let's take a look at the Bear Hugs set. When we introduced the coordinating file sets, we really thought of a crafter who might like the look of a stamp, but really doesn't want to go through the process of stamping. That led us to the coordinating files, and when you purchase this, you're going to get 2 sets of PNG files, a set of SVG files, and then of course a PDF going over all the sizing that you will need. These files will be supported by a wide variety of cutting software and machines, including the Cricut Explore, the Sizzix Eclipse and Eclipse 2, Silhouette Cameo, Brother Scan and Cut, Pazel's Inspiration, Boss Cut Gazelle, Silver Bullet, and many more. What you're going to get with these files is, first, a set of full color PNG files, what you currently see on the screen. This will be a high resolution file that you're able to use as a print then cut. Once you upload this into your software, you'll use the print then cut. It will print this image and then cut perfectly around it, giving you the look of a stamped image that you have colored in. Now, if you're someone that likes to work with digital stamps and color them in yourself, we've also given you some PNG files that just have the black outlines of the image to really create that digital stamp look. You still can use your print then cut, and it will cut perfectly around these images, and then you're able to go ahead and use your markers and color in the images to match your project. The other thing we thought of is for the people who bought our stamp sets and they want to go ahead and use those stamp sets, but give it a 3D look off their project and really separate it. That led us to our SVG files. Think of these as a digital die cut that you're able to go ahead and cut on your favorite machine and then stamp using one of our stamps perfectly on there. With this SVG files, you're going to get a PDF document that gives you all of the appropriate sizing information, so that way it matches up with the stamps perfectly. This gives you the option to go ahead and keep your stamp separate from your project. This way you can raise it up, you can do tons of different things, but it's just a great idea. You don't have to worry about metal dies anymore. You just have this SVG file and it gives you a perfect cut every time. So that's what you're going to get when you download the files. So let me go ahead and show you how you download the file, and then of course we'll take a closer look at them. Once you've decided what files you want to purchase, go ahead and click on the file and add it to the cart. For this demonstration, I'm just going to use the free file so you can see how easy this is. I'm going to go ahead and add it to the cart, and you're going to see at the top of my screen it shows that my cart now contains the coordinating file. I'm able to now go ahead and hit checkout, and this will take me to the checkout page. We go ahead and use Shopify, so for any of those familiar with this site, it's very easy. All you need to do is give us your email and your information down below and hit continue. If you already have an account, you can go ahead and log in using your email. Once you have completed that, you're just going to hit continue, and it will take you to the place where you would normally pay. Obviously, this is a free file, so you do not have to pay for it, but however, you would normally complete your payment here. Once you hit complete order, it's going to go ahead and take you to the download files. This is where you want to download all of your coordinating files. So as you can see, we have a check mark. It says thank you for your purchase, and now it shows you I can go ahead and download this file right now. Once I click that, it's going to start my download and go ahead and save it in my download file. And that's where we're going to go check out all of these designs. Once you've downloaded your coordinating files, I always like to just put them on my desktop so that way they're easy to find to upload into my software. As you can see, I have all three of my coordinating files here, the bear hugs, the chibi boy, and the now and forevers. Since we are taking a look at the bear hugs, let's take a closer look at what actually got downloaded. When you actually get your download, as you can see here, you're going to have all of your PNG files right on the screen. So here is the full bear color PNG file that you'll be able to use as the print then cut in your software. Here is the PNG file that is just the black lines, white center that will cut around it. We also have a file that says SVG files. This is where the bear digital die cut will be, and this is what you'll be able to use the physical stamp on, perfectly sized. And how do you know what size to make those? Well, here is a file that tells you exactly how wide or tall you want to make each of these SVG digital die cuts to fit perfectly with our stamp sets. So you just want to make sure to follow the instructions when sizing those. So that's what you're going to get with every coordinating file set that you purchase and download to your desktop. So let's show you how you can use these with your favorite cutting machines and software and just how great it looks. So let's go ahead and show you how you can use these files in some of your favorite software. Once again, these files will be supported by any software that allows PNG or SVG files. Let's take a closer look on how easy these are to use in Cricut Explore. Once you're logged in, you just want to go over to Upload Images, and here is where you can upload either a basic image or a vector upload. The basic image are going to be your PNG files. So in our coordinating files, that's going to be the full color and then the black outline with white center. The vector upload are going to be the SVG files, which are the digital die cuts for the stamp sets. Let's take a look at the basic uploads. We're just going to hit Upload Image, and we're going to browse, and let's go and take a look once again at the bear hugs here. Here is that PNG. It's going to go ahead and bring it into Cricut Design Space. We're going to say it's a complex image. Hit Continue. Once again, hit Continue. And then you can go ahead and insert a name and tags. Make sure your check mark stays on and hit Save. This is going to go ahead and save it in your library, and then you're able to go ahead and use it as a print then cut file. So I can go ahead and select this one, hit Insert Images, and you're going to go ahead and see it in Cricut Design Space. Now I'm able to size this any size I want for my project, and when I hit Go, it's going to go ahead and automatically know this is a print then cut file, and now I can print it on my home computer and cut it on my Cricut Explorer. The last one I want to take a look at are the SVG files, which are great for using with our stamp sets. We're going to go to Upload Image, and we're going to do Vector Upload this time. We're going to hit Browse, go into the SVG files, and there's that bear SVG file. I'm going to go ahead and open it, and as you can see, there's my little bear that I can stamp on now. I'm going to hit Save, And once again, it's going to save it to my Cricut Design Space library. On this one, we're going to go ahead and check mark it and bring it into Design Space. On these ones, it's very important you size them correctly so the stamps fit perfectly on this digital die cut. In that PDF form is where you want to refer to the size. So it tells us the bear should be 1.99 inches wide. So we want to go ahead and hit edit and make sure under width it says 1.99. And once we've done that, we can go ahead and hit go and cut this out on any color cardstock, but preferably white. Once it's cut out, you'll be able to use the Bear Hug stamp set to perfectly stamp the bear on this cut and be able to give it a nice 3D look on any project. So as you can see, Cricut Design Space makes it very easy to work with all sorts of our files to be able to customize your project. Now let's show you the same process using the Silhouette Studio Designer Edition software. Now it's important you have the Designer Edition software because that is the version that will support SVG and PNG files. Now the best way to import our coordinating files into this software is to come up to File, Import, Import to Library, and then select what files we want to work with. When working with the PNG files, either the color or the white with the black lines, this process is the same. So I'm only going to show you once to save time. Let's start with the color. Go ahead and double click that, and that's going to import this bear into the library. Over here, you can give it a file name. You're also able to give it some keywords, say what kind of file it would normally be, and then you can go ahead and hit close. It's going to go ahead and save it over here in my own designs file. We're going to go ahead and search bear because that was one of the keywords. And as you can see, there is the bear that I brought into session. I've already uploaded the other bear here as a PNG file with the white and black lines. Now we're able to go ahead and double click on this file, and it's going to go ahead and bring it into my workspace. I can click this X, and as you can see, here's my bear. Now this file, and so is the white with black lines, was designed to be a print then cut. So you want to make sure your machine is set up for print then cut and we get a good trace on this file. The first thing we're going to do is set up our page for print then cut. We want to make sure our registration marks are on, and you also want to make sure that we have the appropriate size of paper. Normally I print on letter paper, so we want to make sure it's changed to that. The next thing we need to do is make sure we get a good trace on this bear. Right now, if we were to print then cut, it's just going to cut a box around the bear, which we don't want. So what we want to do is we want to make sure we trace the bear by going to the trace window, hit select trace area, draw a box around the bear, and we want to make sure we turn our high pass filter off, threshold all the way up so he's full of yellow here, and now all we're going to do is hit trace outer edge. This will put a trace around the bear, and that is where your machine will cut. Now we can go to cut, and we can go ahead and hit send to Silhouette, and it's going to go ahead, print this on your home printer, and your Silhouette Cameo or Portrait will go ahead and cut perfectly around this bear. You're going to follow the same process on your white with black lines PNG file. Now let's show you how to use the SVG files to do that digital die cut so you're able to stamp on perfectly onto your paper. The way you're going to do this is same thing. You're going to go to File, Import, Import to Library, and this time we want to make sure we go into the SVG files and select the Bear SVG. This is once again going to bring up your edit properties where you can name it and go ahead and give it keywords. It's going to save it in your My Own Designs. So once again, we're going to go ahead and look for Bear. Here is my Bear SVG file. So I can go ahead and double click that and it's bringing it into my workstation. Now, since we're going to be using the physical stamp sets on these, we want to make sure it is sized perfectly so our stamps fit perfectly on this digital die cut. Once again, in your files, you're going to have the PDF that tells you exactly what size you want to make this cut. The bear needs to be 1.99 inches wide. So we're going to select our image and we're going to go ahead and go up to where we can resize the bear. So right now we want to go ahead and make sure that the width is 1.99. We also want to make sure our lock aspect is on and hit apply. This will resize the bear to match the exact same size as the stamp, so that way you can get a perfect stamp on here. Once you've done this, you can go to your cut window, and as you can see, it's going to cut the edge perfectly around your paper and send it to your silhouette. Once it's cut out, you'll go ahead and be able to stamp your bear perfectly on to that digital die cut and use perfectly in a project. So those are just two options of different softwares you can use our amazing coordinating files with. I hope this video explained what our coordinating files are and how you can use them. They're an amazing deal for people that love the look of a stamp, but they just don't want to go through the actual stamping process. And they produce amazing results, whether you do the print then cut option, that you can color yourself, or use the SVG file as a digital die cut, you'll get amazing results. Make sure you check out all of our coordinating files over at www.oaktreestamps.com, and make sure to check back regularly where we will be adding more coordinating files and soon new digital files. While you're at Oak Tree Stamps, make sure to check out at the bottom of the page where you can connect with us either on Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, Google, or YouTube. And also, don't forget to sign up for our newsletter, where we will always be debuting our brand new stamp sets, digital files, and every once in a while, we might be sharing some great coupons to save some money on our great product. Alright, I hope this video showed you how amazing the coordinating files can fit into your craft room. Thanks so much for watching, and have an amazing day.